Hey, Officer Tatum, I just watched your follow-up video with the two homies of yours, the echo chamber crew, and let me just say, the way y'all said in that video trying to critique how folks responded to your initial reaction, it was weak, real weak. See, I've watched you long enough to know your style. When you really believe you're right, you come with boldness. You stand 10 toes down. But in that video, you were calm, you were soft-spoken, you were careful. And you know why? Because deep down, you know what those officers did was wrong. Let's get something clear. Yes, that young man could have handled things differently at the start. I've said that, and I'll say it again. But after that window got broken, after they slapped him in the face, he put his hands up. There was no threat, no weapon, no aggression, no resistance, and yet they kept escalating. And instead of you calling it what it was, you made excuses. You talked about adrenaline. You tried to twist reasonable force into a free pass. You said he should have just listened, but you ignored the fact that the officer didn't even give him a full second to respond before grabbing on him. Go back and watch it. They say step out, and before the young man could even blink, they're already pulling on him. Then y'all started yelling, "Stop resisting." Resisting what? His hands were up. Y'all had the numbers. Y'all had the weapons. But you acted like you were in danger from a man who wasn't even fighting back. That's the part you won't talk about. That's the part you avoid, because that will force you to do something you rarely do. And that's hold law enforcement accountable without a but. And let's not ignore the bigger issue here. Go look at your comment section. All those racist, hateful, sideways comments, not one of them having anything to do with law and order. It's just pure hate. More like you're not like them energy. And you never address it. You let it sit. You let it fester, because those are your real fans, right? But the second a black man makes a mistake, you got all of the smoke, all the breakdowns, all of the condemnation. But when it's one of your followers, you're silent. You got full grace for people who don't look like you, but you got a gavel for the ones who do. That's not balance. That's not truth. That's called being a puppet, a paid puppet at that. I feel sorry for you, man. Somewhere along the way, you stopped being a voice of reason and became a prop for an audience that loves seeing you tear down your own. And you can dress it up however you want, but if you only speak up when it's us and go silent when it's them, you're not helping nobody. You're just getting paid to perform.